to give up. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm depressed. I'm sure these ninjas is depressed. They don't want to go to work.
Look, you got one guy over here. Look. He damn near over here looking at his clock. He's like, I got like 15 minutes. I'm ready to get the hell up out of here.
To do something else. They'd rather sit in an air conditioning office. Like, this is a disgrace.
They rather be in air conditioning offices. They gotta be out there working in all kind of weathers.
You were sitting at home working. What are we doing? These ninjas, man, be working until they 55 and 60.
Yep.
Doing this. Like crazy. Breaking themselves. Breaking their body. Breaking their mind. And if they dare snap off on their spouse, they going to lose their family. They going to be on child support. They going to be labeled an abuser or a deadbeat. What? They can't quit their job. Honey, I quit. My body was telling me. My mind was telling me no, but my body. Like, this is crazy. This is only millennial, mostly women stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I don't understand. I listen, I get it, but I don't get it. Now, what are you going to do about this?
High key. And it's just like so obvious, right? Like looking back on it, like those were all things that weren't part of who I am. And so that was my body communicating to me, like there is a source of unhappiness in your life and you're keeping it there. So here's all this negative stuff that's happening as a result. And when I tell y'all that like I knew in 2022 that I wasn't gonna be doing this job in the fall of 2023. Like I already knew that, like I manifested that, which is like a whole nother conversation because it's actually insane. But like I already knew. And so I knew what was in store for me. I knew what I had planned for myself, but I was fighting against it for some reason. And I say all this to say that like God's plan is truly big.
Why they always putting God in it? Why they always gotta put God in it? Oh, this is the reason why, because God's plan. No. You wasted your best years of your entire life for a company. Now you're 30. You already know you already wasted the best years. Now you're trying to backpedal. You wasn't happy. That's what corporate America does. Yeah. Like you seen them construction workers breaking their backs out there? What do you think? Like Coach Greg said, yeah, they in their job. My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah. Bro. This is a woman thing, y'all. Fellas, stop. Every time something goes wrong in a woman's life, God is working with me. He's doing something. He's showing me something. Let me see something, yo.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast. Y'all already know what time it is, man. I'm your host, Michael May. You know, aka Michael Rothstein. I'm in my robe shit right now. Listen, man, this is what I do. You dig? Yeah, I already know, man. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications. Y'all already know. I like to speed fast, pass all that, and get right to the business. Listen to me. I must say, I feel like I'm the luckiest man on the planet. Not only do I live the life that I speak about, excuse me, God is good. And I want to say this. Y'all are gonna experience what I've been saying for the longest time. That God is in control. Listen to me, y'all. God is working his way back into society. Now, some is by force. Others people are surrendering to our Heavenly Father. But we're going to speak about this right here. Shout out to Coach Greg. Hope he takes his flowers. He did a great job on this. Y'all know I love Coach Greg, right? Now, fellas, I want to start with this. What you are about to hear, us as men, we could never, ever, ever do no shit like this. Fellas, even the other day, I was speaking with my wife, and I was telling her, like, the burden of performance is always on me. Fellas, hear me out. If my relationship is not going the way I want it to go, it's my fault. I gotta take responsibility. Why? Because I'm supposed to be the leader. Now, if you're with the woman who doesn't trust your leadership, whose fault is it? Your fault. It's your fault. Fellas, if I get my women into a jam, it's my job to figure out how to get us out. But what I'm saying, yeah, they're involved. Like, they're to like I converse. I have the conversations with my wives. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case may be. What I'm saying is this: what y'all are about to witness right now is what I like to call bullshit. It's frustrating because I've been speaking about this on IG everywhere. All my platforms, I speak on this. And I tell you fellas all the time, get ready, get prepared. Listen, even the Bible says, listen to what I'm going to say. Even the Bible speaks of it and says, and towards the end, in the end times, men are going to be as rare as gold. 7 women will flock to one man. What is that? Huh? What you said? Okay. I ain't gotta say it because y'all guys already know. Hear me out. I've been preparing you guys, telling y'all, get ready for the false submission. Get ready. Fellas, we cannot escape it. It's gonna happen. Or like KS was saying it clear as day. Oh, get ready, guys, for the, oh, hey, big head. Now all the women are gonna love you all of a sudden. Now you're gonna be the man. Fellas. Yo, Coach, go ahead, man. I'm gonna sit back and let Coach talk a little bit.
Look like millennials. Okay, listen to what they're saying. Guys, they've been warned of this, but let me go ahead and play what they're saying here.
America has a problem.
America?
We are being gaslit into thinking that we need to work fucking harder or we're lazy when there's a bigger issue going on. As a millennial, inflation is beating our asses. I am being jumped.
Exactly. My bills.
Work more, you just gotta get out there and make more money.
But the real issue is, y'all, the tide is stronger. It's not a work harder, it's not a sink or swim. The tide is stronger and we're swimming upstream.
Baby.
Things have changed. It's not us. It's the fact that we're not living in the same reality that our parents, our grandparents were living in. Shit is really beating our asses.
America.
Okay, all right.
Now, before Coach gets started, I want to say this, right? You know, big shout out to my in-laws, you know what I'm saying? You know, when me and my wife was in the market to get a house the first time, you know, her parents wanted to do the right thing. They wanted to make sure that they got us a house. You know what I'm saying? We all know the rules, you know what I'm saying? The reason why when a woman gets married, the father, the parents of the bride are supposed to, fellas, all right, how with it? We here, teach a lesson, hear me out. When you get married, the proper way, you're not supposed to buy a house for your wife. Why don't you know this? When you get married, the woman, the bride's father, if he wants her to be in a house, he purchases the house. Why? Why? Because it's the father's job to make sure. My daughter comes home to me. Hey, Dad, you know what I'm saying? I met this guy. Boom, boom, boom. She wants to get married to this guy. Wants to marry her. He talks to me. Oh my gosh! I'm like, I think you're a great son-in-law. XYZ. I purchased that home for my daughter. If anything was to happen between the both of them, there is no tug of war. There is no, oh, well, we dividing the house. No, that's her house. The house belongs to her. Do you understand how this works? Hear me out. This is why you dumb mother effers out here, when you get married, you bought the house and the crib, and then when she takes the house, it's like, it was supposed to be, her father was supposed to put her in that. When you take on a woman, you take on the responsibility, you keep her the way her father kept her. But if she comes to you and she didn't have a house, she didn't have all these cars and everything, and you guys, and you get the house is yours. See, here's the problem, y'all. Here's the problem. Some of y'all don't understand how this properly works. Right? That's just one quick lesson. I want you guys to understand something. But y'all heard these ladies right here, right? Now let's be clear. Women have been working since the beginning of time. Don't listen to the cap. Oh, they started working in the 1950s or the 1960s, 1970s, women's rights movements, this and that. I already debunked it. Coach Greg already debunked it. Do you know why they forced women back into the workplace? Hear me. Because women who were stay-at-home wives had husbands that worked. Stay with me. Stay with me. Come here. Come closer. Stay with me. What happened was, the reason why they tried to force women into the house was because they felt there was, I posted on my IG. The truth is this: the single women that had to go out there and work, they were working with women that were working, that had husbands at home still providing for them. So it was a work thing. Women forced women back into the workplace. Y'all thought that we were trying to force y'all and keep y'all home? No, y'all been working. But what happened was, they tried to balance it out, which I understand. It's like, you know, I get it. It ain't all the way fair. If you're married and you have a man providing for you at home and everything, why do you really got to work, right? So I kind of can understand it. But so they tricked women out of their position. I always tell you, women, ready? There's a reason why God made me this big, and the reason why God made you that big. You see how small this woman is on the screen? Hear me out. Weight is made for shoulders, not hips. The weight of the world, I can carry it. Women, you can't hear me out. Fellas, have you ever tried to date a woman that was burnt out? No, I'm talking about like, have you ever dated a woman that's like always working, exhausted? You know how impossible it is to get through to that woman? It's virtually impossible. Why? Because now, and here's the funny shit. They still got to come home, cook and clean, take care of kids, still got to pay all the bills. Like, they were tricked out of their position with this whole, I'm a boss, babe, and I'm going too far. Let me slow down. Hear me out. Women lost their power, and they gave you women false power, thinking and claiming to be independent was that's a boss babe shit. Whenever I hear women say I'm independent, I don't need no man, I throw the whole bitch in the garbage. I'm sorry. Listen to me. Y'all here, y'all understand that I'm not like, listen, yeah, I always ask God for forgiveness. I'm trying to work on my cussing, but it's like sometimes y'all need that shock value. Y'all need that shock value. And it's really important for y'all to understand that I'm just really, really passionate. And I'm tired of seeing you chicks losing because they done lied to you and said, go out there and be independent and go out there and work. Girl, you could work just as hard as a man. You don't need no man. And then next, you know, by the time you go to date her, all these chicks is burnt out. They burnt out. I'm tired. And then what spirals out of that, fellas, is very unhealthy for society. Now you got women who it's coming around the corner. It's coming around the mountain. When they come, hear me. What you're going to start seeing is, yes, you're going to start seeing more gold digging women. Oh, I only want a man with money. Which leads to what again? Huh? What was that answer again? We already know. Scientists, studies, psychology, everything all over the world already said it. Women are making the world polygamous. It's women's fault because they're going to go after the top dogs. They're going to want to deal with the guy with the bread. Why? So if I'm the guy with the bread and I can have all the women, whose fault is it? It's their fault. But for them to take, this goes deep. You seen how I just went from one thing to the next because it's all connected. It goes right up the chute. Let's keep rocking and rolling, man. Go ahead, coach. Go ahead. My bad, coach.
All right, hold on for a second. See, here's the deal. I mean, listen, I gave you the warnings. I'm gonna stop patting myself on the back. I see a lot of hair did. I see a lot of tattoos. I see a lot of veneers and teeth whitening and lipstick and makeup. I see a lot of consumerism here. I see podcast equipment and shit like that. But I don't see people actually acknowledging the fact that they were warned to not get into the system, aka this is a result. Kind of feminism kind of dug a hole for them and trapped them into this.
Right.
This belief of strong and independent.
Right.
All this strong and independent mindset. It's not true. It's dawn. Inflation wiped it out. It's not a possibility for the grand majority of millennial women and Gen Z. It's gone.
Now, I will say this. What he just said right there, it's a fact. Feminism destroyed women. They thought that they were going to get women power, and it just destroyed them. See, hear me out. This is the reason why, hear me out. There's a reason why this structure is there. There's God, the man, the woman, and the children. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why God gave stipulations and put measures. And there's a reason, something as simple as, there's a reason why it says, husbands, love your wife as he loved the church. Husbands, love. Wives, respect your husband. Why? But hold on, but where's the love at? Why didn't that? That's the problem. And big shout out to Miles Monroe. I had a chance to meet him way back when I was younger. That's why. Listen, look at this lady. RESPCT. Find out what it means to me. She ain't never had no husband because she want respect. She needs love. Big shout out to Monroe. Hear me out. I always tell you guys, my wife, my lady, my women, it don't matter what it is, never, ever have to tell me I love you from here to the rest of my days. My wife's actions say everything I need to. She doesn't have to do anything. Anything. I know because I pursue my wife. My wife pursues me. Are you good? Do you need anything? You sure you good? I'm about to go to sleep. You don't want some coffee right? No, I'm good. There's times I'm like, yo, take your fucking ass to bed, because she's here to serve me. Fellas, and we always tell you guys, I know, see, I keep moving on from to next tennis to next, is all together. You already know how this goes. Your woman should be more crazy about you than you are of her. That's how it works. But let's keep rocking and rolling, because these chicks got tricked.
We have a monetized dating marketplace, but here's where it is. I also saw y'all bitch ass ninjas crying when y'all voted for Joe Biden to get in here, and y'all was doing the stanky leg and the electric slide. And y'all niggas was cheering, and y'all niggas was cheating at the poll allegedly.
And the reason why a lot of women, they were saying, voted for Biden, was because they thought he was really gonna get rid of that student loan. Yo, fellas, do y'all know how many women are walking around with $30, $40, $50, $100, $200,000 in student loan debt? That's what he said. If I'm president, I'm gonna get rid of all of that. He just reactivated it. I gotta start paying up. This is what y'all not understanding, man. Y'all women were lied to, and this is the reason why I'll never understand it. I'll never understand why women vote with that level of emotion versus listening to what these people actually want to do, what they're saying they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying that politicians are the best. I'm not saying that either. I ain't backing up nobody. What I'm just saying was, the man before the man that's in there now, things was a lot better with him than it is now with this guy right here. I'm just saying, I could be wrong though. And all those, hear me out. I used to work in damn near all women's facility, a medical facility, when I was working in Yonkers. Hear me out. All of them. Biden isn't. We don't need this other guy. He a misogynist. I'll be like, what's misogynist? He does what he is. Most people don't listen. Whenever a woman, fellas, hear me out. Whenever a woman calls you a misogynist, ask her, what's a misogynist? 8 times out of 10, she doesn't know. And then she's using the word incorrectly, is because that word has already been hijacked. Everybody's just using the word just to use it to say it, but most women don't. It's the hatred of women. How could I possibly hate women and I see me every single day trying to give advice to them? How? 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 How, Sway? How can I hate women when I'm telling them for damn near 5+ years that they've been tricked out of the position that God gave them? How, Sway? How? How? How do I hate women? How? So stupid.
Y'all was doing everything, voting or bucking, get your ass to the vote. Whatever y'all was doing, y'all was out here cheering and crying and dancing. But now here y'all are right here. And here's the thing, there's no way out of this.
Yep.
Here's the thing, there's no way out.
Yep.
There's only one way, and you guys said no to it.
Yep.
Remember, you didn't need no ninjas. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't need no men.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying you're getting your ass kicked economically. Hey man, look, there's really one way out of this. And this requires a reset, gender roles, traditional gender roles. But now she's going to be pushing 30, 32, 40, and then she's just going to say,
What happened? Where did all the men go?
there's no way out.
And I just realized that this might have been a little low. But it's alright, I brought it up. I didn't play enough of the footage because there's still a whole lot more. So hopefully I'll try to figure out how to raise it up for you guys a little bit later. But yeah, for now, I raised it up though. You guys should be able to hear it now for sure. But yeah, you ladies, y'all think that, hear me out. I know women that are making close to 100,000 a year and they're still struggling. But it's true. We're never going back. We're never gonna go back. Fellas, the only way this is gonna work, and I've been teaching you guys for the longest, your women have to submit to you. And it ain't like, okay, whatever you want, yes, you're the boss. No, it's submit. You're gonna get under the mission of the man. And this is the reason why you women should be asking questions. What's your plan? What's your vision? Where do you see us in a couple of years? Oh, what's your intent? Kids? Great. How many? How many do you have now? If you have any. Oh, this. See, hear me out. Fellas, listen to me. A man is God. Hear me out, y'all. Because I can't speak without involving God. I'm sorry. God told us to cultivate everything under us. Everything. Your woman is under you. My wife's job. See, hear me out. When I see you guys, hear me. When I see you guys, and you guys be out here and letting y'all chicks do whatever they want to do and telling you all kind of crazy what they are and what they not gonna do, she's not being submissive. Now, she actually has a question. Cool, no problem. Besides me teaching I'm supposed to teach my woman. My job is to be the teacher. Help her understand. And not only that, my job is to protect my woman. Protect don't just mean physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in every aspect of the word. Fellas, in some cases, well, I'm going to say in most cases, you have to protect your women from themselves. There's a reason why the saying goes, if you leave a woman to her own devices, she tends to destroy herself. Mind you, even the Bible says, lean not on your own understanding. So hear me. If these ladies out here, see, yo, I've been on several lives. I want to say at least 100 lives. And I always ask women, when you met a man, have you ever asked them, who leads you? Are you led by the devil? Are you led by Jesus Christ, Allah, Buddha, or your Scientologist, whatever it is? Like, what? Because once you know who's leading that man, you know where the purpose is, where he's trying to go, where you can kind of hold him accountable. You can hold him accountable. All right, he's a man of the Lord. He's a man of the Most High. Okay, Yeshua. Okay, boom, 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 boom. See, but because you women don't care about that. Oh, he fly. He got the 6 packs. First of all, in case you didn't know, there's a reason why God gave you the beauty. You're supposed to be the beautiful one. But you chicks be out here, oh my God, he gotta be fly. He gotta be so fly. Okay. And then you wonder why you have insecurity issues. And then you wonder. You understand what I'm saying? But we're not gonna get into that right now. We're not doing that right now. I want you ladies to understand. What will save most women is a man. Damn, my wife is so smart. Hear me out. My wife, I don't want to say she laughs, but she chuckles a little bit like, here's another woman that you always talk about. How? And big shout out to all these songs. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her, and don't save these 304s XYZ. Hear me out. A lot of these women are gonna have to be saved. So I'm telling you guys. This is the reason why I'm telling you guys to be careful, because if you're not careful, you're gonna end up with a woman who's with you not because she loves you, but because she just wanted you to save her. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with y'all. Coach, go ahead, Coach. My bad, Coach. Go ahead.
Out of this, there's no way one individual can sustain themselves in this economy. When I say no way, I'm talking about the grand majority of Americans. We've painted ourselves into the corner. He said the JUCO is the other way out of it, but that's not the permanent solution. We painted ourselves into the corner, and there's no way out. Like, we need a course correction. And don't believe that America is going to find a solution for you. It actually benefits them. Again, these are all things that I pointed out in my book, The Evolution. Right? It benefits them for you to wage slave your way out for the rest of your life. And no, you're not retiring. That dream has died. There's no more retirement.
Hold up. Fellas, this is one of the key parts I wanted to talk about. Fellas, I hope you're listening to what he's saying. A lot of these women, they're gonna have to work till they're dead. Hear me out. Today, real fast, my son went and got his first dentist checkup and all that. We went to the bank, handled some stuff, whatever. So we went to get something really fast, just to, eat fast while we was on the road. So we pulled up to McDonald's. There was a woman working at the window. Listen to me. She had to at least minimum been like 75 years old. My wife said, that's sad, man. I'm like, what? She goes, look at this lady. Women don't understand. Most of y'all gonna have to work till you're dead. Dead. Ladies, inflation killed your dreams of being an independent boss chick. That's over. You got women out here like, I ain't a boss chick no more. I'm not independent. I need my man. These are the women I've been trying to prepare you to get ready for. Fellas, don't fall for this. Get ready, fellas. Women don't want to work, fellas. Fellas, hear me out. Hear me out. I know a woman with like 3-4 kids, nurse, back in New York City, and she's always working. How do you have time for your kids? If you're always working, how do you have time? How can you be a good mother? Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I already told y'all. Like, the women that these guys are talking about, like, I'm blessed to have women of the opposite. I told y'all, most of my kids, all my boys, I've been in their life, but I never had the opportunity from birth, right out the womb, to sit there, to be day and night with a child of mine, to wake up in the middle of the night, to hear him crying, to change his pampers, the pampers smelling crazy, he needs a bottle, he's tired, he's up, he's walking, and out the first steps. But my wife, for the first year, she was like, I want to give you something. She came to me, I want to give you something. One of the only gifts that I really think, you got everything else you need in life, but one thing that I think that you never had, I want to give it to you. I'm like, okay, what's going on? She's like, I want you to stay home with your son. I want you to experience the first year with your son. How many women are going to do that? I want you to know what it is to appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You always been there for your boys, but you know, I wasn't with the mom. They had them on weekends. I had them on my weekends. What can it be? So the grunt of the work was really on the mom. But she was like, I need you to get that experience. Boy, it was no joke. Let me tell you something. No joke. But now I appreciate it. Like, yeah, he's been one, but it's like, I appreciate it now, because now on my other channel, y'all guys already see that there's times that I'm in the middle of the stream, my son just run up on me. He don't care. Hear me out. When it's time for bed, he don't care about me. Everything is his mom. But when it's time, when he wakes up in the morning, with my dad, that's all my son. Listen, from the morning to like mid-afternoon, evening, it's all daddy. All he care about is his dad. I leave and come to work. There are times that I can't even call my wife when I'm at work and say, hey, how is he doing? He's good and that. Because if I call and he sees me, he freaks out. He makes the rest of the day impossible. You know what it is for my son to come home and he hauls ass at me. One of the best feelings in the world as a dad. Best feelings in the planet. You understand what I'm saying? And I was able to get that experience because of my wife. But my wife is cut from a different cloth. She has her parents there. She has the support. She was raised different than most women. You understand what I'm saying? And for that I'm grateful. You know what I mean? But like my lady, back to the lady, why she felt alone? Why she felt bad for that old lady? Because my lady's never going to experience that. Now, if the Lord takes me, that's different. But she ain't going to experience that. None of them will experience that. And the thing is this, like, so I came home from work yesterday, right? I worked from I was up at like 6 in the morning. I streamed on my other channel, got ready for work, went in, boom, I worked there. I worked till like 7 o'clock, y'all. So I was up from 6 in the morning till 7. I came home. I was exhausted. Y'all, when I tell y'all exhausted, I want y'all to understand something. I was exhausted. Exhausted. I wish I had this ready already. When I tell you I was beat, like she texts me. She texts me like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Can y'all see this right here? Can y'all see this? Come on, clear it up, clear it up, clear it up. Right here. It's all good. I'll read it. She goes, I'm so proud of you. I love you more and I really miss you. I literally left the house this morning. I'm at work. She goes, I know you're tired. I wish I could take it all away and give you rest. Thank you for working so damn hard for us. Can y'all see this? Right? I need you guys to see this. Come on, clear up. Right there. Bang, bang, bang. Pause it if you need to. Pause it if you need to. She said, thank you for working so damn hard for us. There are truly not enough words to express that I love you more than the air I breathe. Fellas, I want you to understand, dogs. I want you to understand something. Your woman is supposed to be your peace. Hear me out. I come home, I'm at peace. Now, I'm not saying that there's never any problems. I'm not saying that. But she works hard to make sure I'm not one of those guys that the Bible speaks of, that he rather sleep on the top of the house than in the house with a woman like that. That's just like irate. That's why I always hear me say, I wish you guys my kind of success when it comes to relationships. But let's keep rocking and rolling. But listen, some of you women, y'all gonna work until you're dead. Oh, you don't need no man? Go ahead. Go ahead, mamita. Work those 60 hours a week. Go do what you gotta do. And fellas, it's not your job to save them. It's not your job, especially for a chick who's gonna be ungrateful, that you're gonna be coming to save her. And then y'all dudes, man.
For the majority of Americans, it's no more retirement. You're going to work until you're 70, or you're going to give up and be on UBI, or you'll get married and figure it out. Yeah, you can submit to a man, but it's too late. There's no idea. How do you get out of this? Okay, I'm here to tell you there's no way other than marrying traditional gender roles. But the problem, here's where the problem is. Even that is not a way out.
Yep. And the reason why I say it's not a way out is because most of you women don't know how to conform to traditional gender roles. Most of you women, your skill of being in a relationship has atrophied. You've lost it. There is no way for you to work those muscles back out. It's crazy. Hold up. Damn, the other day I went to work, right? And my lady put a little note in my lunchbox. Yeah, I got a little carry bag, you know what I'm saying? I eat from home. And she was like, man, thank you. I'm so proud of you. Like, we live for you. We couldn't do this without you. Bro, I be feeling like, nigga, shit. I gotta make sure I do this work right. I gotta get... That shit is encouraging, y'all. And here's the thing. Every woman has this power to talk to the king, to talk to the God that's inside the man. So hear me out. I heard this example one time where a woman said, you're supposed to look at your man, and if your man is following the Lord, right? The lady was like, imagine this. Imagine looking at your man like he's the king, he's the God in your life. How would you treat God? y'all don't want to go there with me. See what I'm saying? Cause then I start going down this path right here. Yeah, half of y'all already lost. Y'all already lost. But let's keep on rocking and rolling.
The problem you have is that the men economically have been equalized closely, as close as possible, to the women economically. So if we're going to have to try to individually support ourselves. Get to just be like, oh, I'm going to take a trip, right? I've even had women say, hey, I'm here. Come meet me here. We can have a vacation. You can work from anywhere, right? Well, there's limitations to that.
Trying to speed it up a little bit.
I don't have a place where I can go to say, hey, I'm taking 2 weeks off, paid vacation. I still got to go to work.
Right.
I still got to go to work. Even though if you make a lot of money, you still got to go to work tomorrow. You can't just...
You know what's so crazy? Even like with my YouTube, my other YouTube, big shout out to my other page, or my subscribers that came over here. I always tell you guys, right? That my page doesn't work if I don't work. Big shout out to everybody over there always saying, yo, True, you so consistent. You always figure it out. There are times that I'll stream for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Hey, it's a stream. Now, yes, maybe not him. He had a whole freaking full studio. See, but I have my travel stuff. See, I got my travel green screen. I open it up, put it behind the chair, any chair, bang. I got a green screen wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? My microphone, I could attach it, the ports, boom. My laptop, boom. And I could still go make my moves. I can go and make my moves however I need to see fit with no issues. But it still will be limited. For what I'm saying? Like, but the work don't stop. And this is, look, wait until you hear this next story. I told you, you know my videos are never short. But this woman right here, what you guys are about to experience, is why we tell you guys, women live life on easy mode. But I want just
be like, oh, I'll take 6 vacations and, make it up when I get back.
Fellas, hear me out. Let's run down the list of some things. I want a man that's physically fit, makes money, he's romantic, he spends time with me, he's a protector, provider. What other dumb things that we hear? You can put them in the comment section. I want somebody who likes to travel. I want somebody who ain't afraid to spend no money. Fellas, hear me out. A man that loves to travel and a boss, those two things don't even go together. Because if your man is a boss and he's working, he ain't got time to travel. You be happy if you get 1 vacation out of that year. Ready? If your man is a boss and he's getting that bread, how does he make all this time for you? Then let's keep spiraling out of control. Then, he's fit. That means he's spending at least 2-3 hours in the gym. 2 hours in the gym. How much time you think he got for you? You see what I'm saying? And this is why I tell you guys, the higher up you go in success, the more cooperative the women are. Women are like, shh. Go ahead, honey. Go make the bag. I'll see you when you come home. I was on the way home the other day from work at 7 o'clock, like I was saying. My lady was like, I want to make sure I have food ready for you for when you get home. Come on, man. These chicks, got tricked out of their position, man.
So what lifestyle you talking about? What lifestyle you talking about?
I want you to hear this,
debt free, yeah, but if you're not debt free, you can make all the money you want. Still need to go to work. And I think the only way you're not going to work is if you have over $10 million, where you could just be like, I won't go to work today. 10 million.
And y'all seen what KS said to y'all before. For most women to retire, they're gonna have that 1.5, but now with inflation, about 2.5 million to retire comfortably on their own. Cause most of y'all chicks, I gotta live in a big house, I gotta have the nice crib, the nice cars.
10 mil. That's the only time when you can just say fuck work for 2 weeks. If you got under that, forget it. Take your monkey ass to work.
Yep.
So, yeah, ABL saying women have no concept of money or time. They don't. Okay, he makes 180K. That's a lifestyle I want. By the time I add you to that lifestyle, don't got much money. We don't. It's not a lifestyle there. Anyway.
Yeah, blacks out here for a second.
This is certainly a probably Gen Z millennial here.
So let's read it. Capitalism equals keep working no matter what happens in the world.
Here we go right here. Keep working no matter what happens in the world. Here we go.
So dystopian to look at the news and see all the awful things happen in the world and then open your computer and continue working like nothing has happened. I think organizations need to start using some kind of catastrophe leave or something because this is not normal.
All right, here we go.
Hold on. So the first chick was complaining about them having to work bad to the bone, gotta work to the morning. Now this one is saying, with everything happening in the world, like, we need a catastrophe relief. Fellas, only women get to say stupid fucking shit like that. Imagine how I came out and I said, yo, what's going on over there in the other side of the world in Israel and all that? It's stressing. It's stressful. Like, man, I feel bad for all those folks. I need a relief. Huh? Come on, man. Only women can say dumb, stupid shit like this.
Here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on for a second.
New world order.
All right, here we go. They try to attack the stream.
New world order.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm back here. Yeah, they try to get me. All right. Yeah, it is.
New world order.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. I'm
Big shout out to O'Shea. Big shout out to JR Wisdom and everybody else that's speaking about this. There's been wars in Nigeria for years. There's been wars in all kind of places all over the world. So there's been wars here. Sometimes we got police brutality. We got all kind of things. Why don't we get a relief for that? Oh, but because what's going on all the way over there, we need a relief. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this. Only women can be this delusional, y'all. Only women. It's only women. If I ever heard a man say some shit, I'd be like, fam, grow some balls, bro. Real talk.
I'm the realest on YouTube right here. They don't want y'all knowing, man. Hey, look, I'm putting my neck on the line. I'm gonna roll it back because I think there was some interference going on. I'm gonna roll it back. Shout out to y'all. Thanks for sticking around. I know we're gonna look. Okay, we're back. All right, so here we go right here. All right, let's go. Let's go right here.
It feels so dystopian to look at the news and see all the awful things happen in the world and then open your computer and continue working like nothing has happened. I think organizations need to start using some kind of catastrophe leave or something, because this is not normal to see something so horrific and then be expected to lead a meeting about marketing. Nobody cares about marketing right now. It feels so dystopian to look at the news and see all the awful things happen in the world.
All right, so this is a Gen Z. I'm sorry, this is possibly a Gen Zer. Okay, it's possibly a Gen Zer. This woman, what she's saying is, again, this is feelings. She's in her feelings about something she's heard the media say, which in her mind, her closed-minded world, she is so small-minded that she doesn't realize the world is big. Not only that, she doesn't realize there's been conflicts everywhere. There's always conflicts. We just sometimes don't take the side. We just sometimes don't report it. In Africa, there's conflicts all the time. Nobody says shit. South America, the cartello going crazy down there, chopping people's heads off at the border. Nobody says anything. Typically, when there's an agenda, then we say, oh, look at these horrible things happening to these white Europeans. Don't they live in a civilized world? Absolutely not. They've been severely uncivilized since they came out of the Caucasus Mountains. They've been fighting at each other's necks since forever. But in her world, oh, these poor white people. Oh, the poor white people in Israel. What's going on? We need to stop work. We need to put an end to all this work. Wait a minute. We shouldn't have to work and take catastrophe leave because white people are being victimized somewhere on earth. Like what? What world do you live in, fam? Let's get to this woman right here. We have a young woman. We're
gonna move forward now. Here it goes, y'all.
What viral? I see there's a content creator that I know.
Here it goes.
And here. But this is a young woman. She's a Puerto Rican woman, so shout out to her. Hello. And she says, I quit my 6-figure job as a 30-year-old Latina. Life lessons at 30. Unemployment diaries.
Fellas, I want y'all to listen to this and tell me if you think that you could say this shit in life and people would care. Fellas, I'm gonna say this again. There's a reason why women that work so hard, they get depressed, they get overtired. Like they get anxiety, and cause they're not built to work as hard as us. Women have been tricked out of their spot. Listen to the fellas, if you get triggered, it's fine. So did I. I want you to hear this bullshit.
Now, let me just tell you.
And the only reason why she can say this is because I'm telling you right now, part of the problem is because she feels that she's pretty. I'm telling you, fellas, when a woman is cute, beautiful, they feel like they can get away with certain things. But I want you to hear this dumb shit.
I've also quit a job when I was in my mid to late 20s.
Listen to the excuse.
I started a business, so I didn't quit and then become unemployed. I quit and then I started a fitness training, sports training business in a club basketball. So this is a different scenario. So here we go. This is a millennial that says she quit her job, 6-figure job. And she's going to give us some life lessons here. Essentially, hey, we shouldn't have to put up with jobs that we don't like. All right, there's a message in there.
Yeah, big shout out to Coach Greg, fair use. You already know fair use.
All right, I'm going to go back to where she sat down, though. That's what I'm trying to go back to. Yeah, there we go, right there. All right, here we go. If she ever gets in a bind, I can fix that bind. All right, but anyway, is she a Puerto Rican too? All right, here we go. Here we go right here. Let's get to it.
Hi, good morning, buenos dias. Welcome to today's YouTube video, where we're gonna be talking about how I f***ed up my life at 30.
All right, I don't need the intro. All right, but let's see here.
As you can probably tell from the thumbnail, the title, I'm here to tell you about me quitting my 6-figure law firm job at the age of 30, which is when everyone around you is getting married, having kids, they are buying a house or have already bought a house. So they have like a super clear idea of like what their career path is, what their life is looking like, and what it's gonna look like for, you know, maybe 5, 10, 20 years to come. But
all right, fair use. Yeah, she's talking about some important things here.
Me, on the other hand, I don't have kids.
I like how she knows. She's like, at 30, around the time when everybody else is getting married. Well, first of all, you women should be getting married much early. I'm saying 20s, early 20s, you should be getting married. If not, you're wasting time. But let's keep rocking and rolling.
I'm not married. I don't own a house, and I'm not trying to own a house anytime soon. So I guess on paper, it might look like I literally have nothing going for me, especially when you add the fact that I just quit my law firm job, which
was what? Hold on.
Was a good job.
Okay, it's a good job. Okay, so let's stop right there. Because this isn't just about low-skilled individuals with this mindset. This is about people who have good careers. And she says, I'm going to quit. Now, I don't know where she's going with this. Only saw a little bit of the video. But I was like, this is a good video of an idea of even this woman pivoting at 30. Now, I welcome pivoting. I welcome trying to find and explore yourself and then realizing, hey, I went down this career path. It's not what I want to do. Let me pivot. Now, I hope there's something better for her in this video that she can whittle something out here. But I want to now acknowledge this. Yes, I will fold her ass up like a love letter from the 2nd grade. I will fix her mind. Mm-hmm. She's nice. She's good looking. She's attractive.
She's attractive.
She's probably difficult to deal with. But let's not overlook the fact that something like this is what I explained in this video right here. Let me go back. She has basically used her most fertile years exploring this. Mm-hmm. And only to back out of it and having to pivot, course correct, and rebuild. Obviously, with nobody else around it, right? So she doesn't have another man, a partner to lean back on. She probably maybe has her father or some savings or anything like this. But she's basically taken, this is my problem with this mindset, especially on the woman side. She's taken her most fertile years, wasted them, and now has to repivot and focus.
See, now what Coach just said is 1000% correct. See, and I've always told you guys, I've always said it on my page, I said it 1,000 times. Only black women and Spanish women do shit like this. They don't want to be with no man, they want to pursue their career. Hear me, I know white, Asian, freaking Russian, all other ethnic groups. Women are married, 22, 23, pursuing careers. They're having good careers, having kids. They're having all of this. By the age of 30, 35, they pretty much already set. They're retiring at 55, giving their 20 years to their company, whatever the case may be, whatever the case may be. Only black women and Latina women do shit like this. I've been saying it for the longest time. Now, I want y'all to understand, I can tell you this right now. I can put money on it that she's banking on her looks to save her.
I just don't think the majority of women are built for this.
Yep.
This is not going to work out for most women, because eventually they're going to say, all right, you know, maybe it's time for me to get a partner. Maybe it's time for me, right? Maybe it's time for me to settle down. Maybe.
And here's the thing, y'all. By the time women get 30, 35, and now they're like, now I'm ready to settle down. Now I'm ready to find that good man. Now you're in your prime. Why would you want to be with the 35-year-old version of her when there's a 21-year-old version of her that looks better than her, hotter than her, and she's on your program? See what I'm, fellas? We speak about this all the time here in the manosphere.
Maybe it's time for me to get it.
And that's you.
All right, maybe it's time for me. This is where the problem lies. Now, if a lot of women follow this and encourage this, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a bottleneck. Eventually, the majority of these women who do this are going to be on social services.
Yep.
And guys will be like, they'll be fine. Yeah. I mean, anybody that's ever said that, oh, it'll be fine. They'll be okay. That are people that don't have a solution. You're just going to say, they'll be fine.
This is a fact, y'all. Y'all have to listen to what women say. Things like, well, you know, I'm not really sure right now. I'm still like playing it by ear. I'm like, you know, everything will work out. That's a red flag, fellas. You have to run the other way. I'm just telling y'all right now.
I don't like that as a person that is planned for other people. It'll be fine is the dumbest advice you can ever give, because what you're doing is overlooking the people who aren't going to be fine, and actually you're definitely coping for the ones who you believe will be fine. They're not going to be fine. It's not going to work out for the majority of them. We already know this. There's too much proof to show you this.
Yep.
They're not going to make it out of it, and it's going to cause a problem for the rest of us. It's going to cause a problem because you started working and then you dipped out, and then eventually.
And I told y'all this. I told y'all this before. What women do is always gonna fall back on us, fellas. Hear me out. Women are getting tired of killing themselves. What's gonna happen? Like he said, if everybody pulls out of the workplace, what happens now? I'm just throwing it in there to give you guys an understanding of this. It's crazy.
There'll be what you're gonna have to grab at something else. Yep, and they'll be fine with our tax dollars. They'll be fine with us focusing our attention on them. They're definitely not gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine with resources being funded over to them. The majority. They're gonna be fine with doctors making excess money on UVI or UVA.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure some of y'all already heard, but if you haven't, you're gonna hear it now. They're trying to make a program, hear me, where they want to pay people like $1,500 a month to stay home. Some of y'all probably like, oh, $1,500? Heck yeah, I could. Some of y'all guys' bills is more than $1,500. But y'all gonna see it as free money, and it's not. It's not.
Yeah, IVF. This is actually dumb. I hate to be rude here, but if you say, your kids will be fine, don't put no you're a moron.
Mm-hmm.
Everything takes planning. Everything takes planning. When people just make the shit up and try to flounder it, that is not a way to get through it. It'll be fine. They'll be all right. That is dumb. This is why you got women out here selling their body right now.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it.
And I'm not talking about straggle daggles. I'm talking about professional women selling their body.
And this is true. This is true, y'all. I know a woman that she's making like $70K, and without people knowing, she's an escort. On the low. All I will say is this. She works in New York City, lives in Jersey, supermodel type looking type chick. And she's an escort because what she makes doesn't sustain. It doesn't last long enough. It's not enough. But she also understands that she has to capitalize on the last little bit of beauty left because she's getting older. And soon, the younger, hotter version is going to jump into her industry and she's screwed. But she knows that she's not going to get a man. She understands that. She's accepted her fate from the beginning. The problem is most women haven't.
Yes. And you don't want to talk about it. They'll be fine. I got professional women out here selling their body. Talking about they'll be fine. And I'm not saying this woman is doing that, but that's what's happening out here. And nobody wants to look at it. You'll just be like, oh, it's fine. They'll be okay. All right, you just put your blinders on. Meanwhile, the burden falls on the producers, the taxpayers. The burden will fall on the taxpayers and the producers. So this is something that, again, I'm looking at it for it because you can't just...
And that's why I understand that hardworking people, wealthy people, when it comes to taxes and they always want to keep on raising taxes to help these lazy ass motherfuckers out here, I have to go with them because y'all think that we're supposed to take care of y'all. Y'all got legs and feet. I don't mind taking care of those that can't do for themselves, but those that can do, same way how I always say, I know people who have been on Section, they were born on Section 8 and they fucking inherited the Section 8 from their parents. That is pathetic. And if you're doing that, you're pathetic. And I'm saying it right now.
Can't just have everybody take this route. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen to her. I'm just letting you know. Everybody can't do this. The hope is not a strategy.
Yep.
It'll be fine. Hope is not a strategy.
It's not.
You're hoping they'll be fine. What if they're not? And you know who else is taking this hit? The parents.
Yep.
The parents of these people, mostly women.
Yep.
Are going to take the hit.
Yep.
And we've actually explored it because I told you, boomer parents and Gen X parents are funding these type of people through their retirement.
Yep.
Okay. So the boomer parents.
And most of you guys' parents won't be able, ladies, most of your parents can't properly retire because they got to spend most of their money supporting you and your fucking kids and your bad habits.
Who barely have anything to pass on. Let me see here. Are taking this hit. Let me see here. Parents' retirement. So it'll be fine, but daddy's still paying the bills.
Yep.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Right here. What you don't see is how they're funding their lives. Susie Arming says boomers and Gen X need to tell their adult children that they no longer are on your bank account because it's too late to save for retirement. Here's how to do it. It'll be fine. No. Because me as a parent, I got to look at that. When people say, oh, your kids will be fine, just when they're going to figure it out? 30, 40?
Right.
Well, guess who's going to be on the hook for these boss chicks? Nobody wants to hear it. I'm here to tell you. This is a failed strategy. Now, this isn't personal against her, but I'm just letting her know that she might be able to do this and cope, but most people can't get away with it. Let's continue.
But that's actually not true. Since going through the process of quitting my job, and yes, it was a process, I feel like God has been teaching me lessons after lessons about the things that like really matter, as corny as it might sound, the things that really matter in life. And I've been...
I keep telling y'all, man, stop falling for the daddy in the sky, as Coach Greg would say. Stop falling for the Lord trick, y'all. Oh, God is showing me something. So God ain't show you something all that time that you was working there? Fellas, I keep telling you guys, when you hear women say, I'm with the Lord now, yes, the Lord forgives you, redeems you, and makes a new you. But the world doesn't, the world hasn't accepted that. Now y'all can say, but we're not of the world. We just live in the world. Okay, so like I always tell you guys, if all is forgiven, ladies, if all is forgiven, then all my brothers that come home from jail, they should free them all. Free everybody from the prisons, give them a new start. They found God, a new start. They're not thieves anymore. So we should trust them. Yes, we should trust them. Even the guys who have repeatedly, but we're gonna trust them. And let's give them high paying jobs. No, in fact, let's help these guys work for the banking system. Because it's all wiped away. See, I want you to understand. One thing is, we still have to understand the laws of the land. As my lady would always say to me, the laws of the land. Even though the laws of the land aren't always of God. And that's when you're instructed to revert right back to the word. We're not going to get into that. But let's just forgive all. Let's forgive all. Because God is showing her lessons and lessons. And she still hasn't learned. So clearly she's not following the Lord. Okay.
And refocusing and recentering. And so I feel like I've been learning a lot the last couple months. So welcome to Life Lessons at 30. And today we're discussing lesson 1. So I guess to start things off, I'll just give you guys some context on me. I am a 30-year-old Puerto Rican woman, and up until the end of July, I was working at like a global, like a very big law firm in the finance department, not as a lawyer, not as an attorney. I did really love the job, and you know, I had a great team with me. I felt fulfilled. I was progressing in the department I was in to the point where
Remember, she was progressing. She felt fulfilled. I always tell you guys, women change from one day to the next. Fellas.
Got promoted into a leadership role, which came with a 6-figure salary.
Now, let me just tell you, this is how I listen. I listen to things differently. I know I'm doom and gloom for it. You know what I'm hearing when I hear this? This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that she got promoted. She probably had a good work ethic and whatnot. She recentered. We'll deal with that later. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that these companies put their neck on the line, assuming that this woman would be on the career path, the trajectory, the CEO. We're going to help her. Oh, there's a woman. She's a minority and a woman. She leapfrogged over everybody. Men, single men in the office, black men. She leapfrogged over old women. And they said, here, they propped her up. This is what I'm hearing.
You're right.
Most of the time, mainly because she was young and beautiful, and she was a diligent worker. They diversity hire propped her up, and then she yanked.
And she left.
And this happens with affirmative action students. I don't know if you know. This was happening at the University of California school system. What they were doing was they were bringing in affirmative action students who were disenfranchised. They had lower test scores, lower grades. But they were like, oh, we're going to bring them in because if we give them an opportunity, they'll take advantage of it. What they were finding was those kids were dropping out of school only to return home back to the ghetto because their mother needed help. And most of them were Mexican women or Latino women or black women. They were dropping out of school, even with help, scholarship, grants, even with all that shit. People bent the rules to put them in there. They got in the dorm, and then their mama was like, girl, you need to come back here and because I need some help. And they would leave the school.
And this is the reason why a lot of those big companies, they actually don't like hiring women. Because from one day to the next, you'll feel one way, you're inspired. Then women get tired. And it's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. You put your neck out there for this lady. And she done.
And the problem is, who did you not admit to school?
Right.
To give room to that person.
Right.
You literally told a whole bunch of students they couldn't come for their opportunity that they worked hard for because they didn't fit the diversity scale. And then them people went to school for 6 weeks and quit. And this woman in Leapfrog, this is an example. She was a diversity hire. They wanted to look good on paper. She put in 8 years.
And quit.
And then she yanked it. She was like, nah, I quit. They looking like, what? Whoa. What happened? What do we do? We gave you a good salary. We stuck you around. We put you on the brochure. We gave you a position. And you yanking it? See, that's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard. You might not have heard that, but that's what I heard. Let's go back. I'm a little bit different, but that's what I heard right here. Here we go.
So I guess to start things off, I'll just give you guys some context on me. I am a 30-year-old Puerto Rican woman, and up until the end of July, I was working at like a longer do anything except work. So that wasn't even something that was happening anymore. It became something that was like super unsustainable and unhealthy. So I knew that school, get an education, and then blossom into this like working professional who has it all together and you're making good money so that you never have to struggle the way your parents struggled, etc., etc.
All right, she better have a plan other than this shit because she's saying my immigrant parents pushed me into this essentially. All right, which I can understand, but you better have another alternative and I'm ready for it.
I did get to work from home in this job. My manager was super nice. So like a lot of people would argue that I had it good, and I'm not
You're making $100,000 from home?
not contesting that. For a while there, I definitely did, but you know, over time, things change or people change. And in this case, it was both. To wrap it all up in like a clean and concise way, I would say that like things changed at the law firm first, and it really became a place that like, it just wasn't the same as it was when I had first started working there. And like the new normal became something that was like super unsustainable. And
Changes happen in the workplace. Do you only women could do this, y'all? Like the workplace changed from what I was so used to. I've been in plenty of jobs. Things change, the bosses change, supervisors change, CEO change. Things change. The Bible even instructs you. If it's one thing I want you to get comfortable with, it's change. Change is inevitable. It's always going to happen. So this is how I know she ain't following God. Because you would have known change is going to happen. Change gonna come and it's too hard living. Change gonna come. Like, come on, it's been a long time coming, baby, but change gonna come. Change is a part of life. If you can't adapt to change, you're gonna do what she did and panic.
and unhealthy. So I knew that I had to quit, but I told myself to stick around because I was like, you know, I get to work from home. And so that makes it easy for me to like do YouTube on the side, not knowing that like it would get to the point where I could no longer do anything except work. So that wasn't even something that was happening anymore. And also because I was like, oh, I make good money. I could use that money to help my parents, save more, pay off my student loans. So I decided to stick it out longer than I really wanted to, and guess what happened? It went to shit. The job became so emotionally and mentally taxing.
Oh, here we. Oh man. Let me stop right there. Let me stop right there, gentlemen. I know there possibly might be some millennial men that might be in this situation as well, and I've been in this situation. I've been in a situation where I just couldn't take it no more. I had burnout. But what I did was I had a plan. All right, I said, this is how I'm going to transition. I developed the exit plan, worked it, and it eventually got me in a situation where I started working. But you can't do this. Like, you can't do this if you're a man. This is not an option. If you do this as a man, this is going to have repercussions on your social life, your personal life,
Right.
your financial life, and if you have a family, your family life, right? You can't make...
Giving you the example. You can't do this because then everything in your life is affected. You're not going on dates. You can't pay your bills. You're going to be stressed out. Things of this nature. But women could do this. Y'all, you want to know why? Because there's always some dumb, soft, bitch-ass nigga that'll deal with the chick like this and be like, I'll save you. Fucking bitch-ass niggas out here. Hear me. It is what it is, man. You don't like how I talk? There's other softer channels if you want to go there.
Make a decision like this without a efficient plan
Right.
on the other side. Like, you got to be like, I'm going to do this when I leave. She basically was like, I'm out with no plan. Continuing here. All right.
And then put it on God.
I've no plan as far as I know. She just was unfulfilled by the job, which is understanding, but I'm not hearing where the solution is or the plan is. I think she's still floundering. Let's continue.
That it got to the point that like I literally had nothing left to give at all for like anything that wasn't work. It sounds dramatic, like for real, but I would literally clock out from work and I would march myself straight to my bedroom and I would just lay in bed.
Congratulations. That's what every other man in this country does.
Yeah, man. This is the modern women. This is the modern woman for you, right? So women are being burnt out. This is an example of what we say. You're trading your most fertile years, your most productive years, doing this only for it to be unfulfilling.
And it's true. You know, I put a post today in my timeline and I said, you know, ladies, there's a reason why they say every 7 years a woman changes, every 15 years a man changes. Let's do the math. Birth to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21, 21 to 28. Is it adding up? Do you see? Then 35, right? Is it adding up? Every 7 years that goes by that you lose, 14 to 21. Got to be real careful in between there, especially between that 18 to 21. But then 21 to 28, ladies, for you, these are the most important years. Once you hit 28, 30, life starts making decisions for you. Oh, that's not what I want. Doesn't matter anymore. Now you're 28, you're 30. Life is making decisions for you. A smart man would hear this woman talking like, hold on, so you left a job for a six-figure job, work from home? To a smart man will lead his chick in the street.
The women that say, I'm going to focus on my career. When you tell women, we tell American women, hey, in your 20s, live it up, travel, work on your career, build something. Okay, that's what she did. That's exactly
what she did.
Only for her to pull out of it.
It's not in a woman's nature to bust her ass so hard. It's not in their nature.
I don't know why we would encourage that. See, when you chose to do that, that's what you're about to do until you're 65.
Right. And that's the problem, y'all. Like I said, any smart man worthy of anything, if he meets this woman, it should be, so you left the job at 30 that you worked so hard for. Now the best years of your life are behind you. Now you want me to accept you when you're going down? Fellas, I keep telling you, women win early in life. 14 to 28, 30, like right there at that little span, they have a short window. their prime is very short. Now you, on the other hand, you ain't shit until you hit about 30, 35, 40. Once you hit that mark, it's smooth. It should, if you're taking care of yourself, making money, figure out different ways to make bread. I'm always gonna put God on it. You're a man of God. You're a great leader. You could talk. You communicate. The rest of your life, see, going up it's gonna go like this. Then it's gonna go like this. This is gonna be 28. Says 30, and it goes like this. The rest of it is like this. It's smooth sailing going up. What happens is this: women born, bang, right? 7, right? Teens. Now all the high school boys trying to holler at them, right? So it shoots up. It shoots up. 21, 27, no, 21, 25, 28, 30, 35, and it just drops off. It just drops off. Fellas,
why are you quitting now? You didn't make that decision to quit. You might as well have got married and had 5 babies, four Puerto Rican babies.
Right.
I don't know, man. Yeah, somebody said that I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I get the job thing. Ninja, I don't want to work at all either. But the thing is, you got a responsibility now.
And the thing is this, y'all. Fellas, most women, they don't really want to work, bro. I'm telling you, y'all gonna start hearing a lot more of this. I don't want a man. I want to be in my soft girl era. If it's an era, that means the era is for a short time. They're pretending. Fellas, listen to the words, man.
You chose this path. You're trying to back out. I don't know where you're backing out to yet. Maybe she'll explain it. Fair use. We're doing this for educational purposes, and entertainment, and constructive criticism. Here we go.
Big facts.
I would lay in bed and watch TV or play video games or something because I just had no more energy to put into literally any other part of my life.
So again, the problem is, this is a problem because she did this, but she couldn't be energetic enough to have a boyfriend, a husband. She had no energy to give to that. So she actually missed the window on that. She can still have time to recover. I'm sure she's put on some pounds too. She wasn't this, plump and luscious. She probably was a little bit more streamlined. But now you have no energy to give to a spouse, a partner, a husband, a boyfriend, because you plunked it all into your career. All right, let's continue.
I would clock out, lay in the bed, and that was it. I no longer had energy to put into my YouTube channel for filming, editing, planning, scripting videos, literally none of that. I had no energy.
Hear me out. It is 12:44 in the morning. It's the next day. My wife is getting up. In 4 hours, her girlfriends are gonna take her out. Nice little breakfast, birthday breakfast. They're gonna go, get out of here. Go do what you gotta do. Go enjoy yourself with your girls. Right? Fellas. You don't think I'm tired? You don't think I'm sitting right here in front of you and I'm tired? I came home. I streamed earlier. I did what I had to do. Thank God my wife let me take a little nap a little earlier today. Take a little hour nap. Boom. I'm tired. I don't go to sleep when I'm tired. I go to sleep when I'm done. This is the difference between men and women.
To clean my house, cook anything, help my boyfriend, take care of my dog, take care of myself, my own health, my fitness, literally everything. But I mean,
there it goes, her fitness. That means she gained some weight.
Everything.
Okay. I keep pausing her while she's closing her eyes and blinking. But
But I mean,
that's what I'm talking about, guys. That like how do we keep encouraging people to do this,
Right.
especially women? So
How do they keep on lying to women? Go, girl, go get your education, get your career first, girl. You don't need no man. But all these white chicks, Asian chicks, that's why I love that video with them white girls at their graduation. They showing off their ring like, I got married. But Latinas and black women,
So now she's depressed. She's working. She's making her money. She's got her careers. It's enjoyment and fulfilling. It stops being fulfilling. She's depressed. Video gaming. She doesn't make time for her side hustle. She doesn't make time for her boyfriend, her dog. She can't cook or clean.
she's useless.
What? Man, we in trouble.
Yep.
She had time to get that tattoo, though.
And that's the problem with a lot of these women, y'all fellas. Women don't want to. Women are begging to get back into the house.
We are in trouble, man. We're in trouble. If this is where we're going with and we're encouraging this with no plan on it, I don't know what we're doing here.
everything went down the drain. I would say
Hey,
at
mamas.
that point, which was like
I'm recording.
May through July, that I was
Did you
literally
need me?
only living to work. And I was still the same miserable person on the clock than I was like off the clock. It's not like I was only this unhappy like after I clocked out. Like, no, I was completely different. And like, for me, that was like a big thing because like my parents emigrated to the US, okay?
Immigrated? Where did they immigrate from? Can anybody tell me where her parents immigrated from? I mean, she kind of told you up front. And I'm going to ask you, is this immigration? Immigration? This sounds like a move. They moved from, wait a minute, wait. Immigration. Let me figure something out real quick. You moved from one United States colony to another. That's what you did.
You moved from Puerto Rico, like,
moved
bitch, shut the
states
fuck up.
From the state of Puerto Rico to the state of New York. That's not
What
an
the
immigrant.
fuck are wrong? Yo, what's wrong with these women?
Just to let y'all
man?
bitches know. Now, it could be kind of I've never been.
She said,
You moved from a state in the United States to another state. That's what your parents did. Now, they might have been poor in
immigration,
Puerto
I'm
Rico.
dead.
All right, but when they came to New York, they was Americans when they left Puerto Rico. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway. All right, let's continue here. They must be. They relocated. All right, let's continue here. All right, but listen, I'm here to teach. This is for constructive criticism. Here we go.
fair
Here we go.
use.
Okay, like if your parents moved to the US from another country, you know that like they work hard as hell to like provide for your family and get things done, not knowing the language, blah blah blah. So like you had a really good example growing up of like what it looked like to have a good work ethic and like put your best foot forward when you were working. And I was completely robbed of that because
She's definitely banking on her looks, y'all. She's gonna look for a man to save her. I'm telling y'all this right now.
of my job. I literally did not care. I hated every aspect of my job, and like I tried to start taking more time off than I used to try to like alleviate, take a break, but it really wouldn't even matter because we would come back to a mountain of
Yep.
work to
So I just explained that. So the time off was not a solution. It actually is going to be worse when you get back.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. For you ladies who think that vacationing every year is a good thing, when you come back, your work is still going to be there waiting for you. Piling up. Piling up. Piling up. See, you women want the money, but y'all don't want to work as hard as a man. That's
Right? Just imagine you don't have vacation pay, right? And you basically earned a certain amount a week, but you took that week off. Now you got to double it up or take the L. All right, going on here, my question is, you had a decent job, but your parents probably had a worse job. Your parents' job was probably worse as an immigrant from Puerto Rico. Your parents' jobs were worse to get you to this position. Did they quit because they were unhappy with their job? This is the generational issue that I have now. Constructively telling her, I would, but never mind. This is a family show. I would fold. I would fix his or mine. I wouldn't move her in though.
Right.
I don't understand now. Okay, the problem is
she's pretty enough.
I'm hoping she's going to get to it.
I'll lay something down on her
because I see your issue.
But
I just didn't need now
taking her seriously.
There needs to be something there. Let's continue.
And it affected my mood, my happiness, my outlook on life even, which sounds so dramatic to say. Literally every aspect of my life was affected and like poisoned from having this job. But for some reason, I just kept telling myself that I needed to stay.
Okay, dude, that's what, man, men deal with this shit all the time. Men don't get to quit like this. And if you're a man and you do shit like this, you don't get to do this.
This is the bullshit I be saying, y'all. Right? This is the bullshit right here. This is the bullshit right here. Like, it affected my mood and like my emotions and like, oh my god, like, oh my god. Shut the fuck up. Take your ass on to work. Fellas, y'all already know I suffer from low levels of oxytocin. I don't have the ability to listen, man. Listen to me. I had everything robbed from me. My grandmother passed away. They robbed everything from me. Gave me like a fucking $900 check. Said, listen, go find a job. Fresh out of damn near high school. Shit was crazy. Fell into the street, yo. Was homeless. Came back with a vengeance. 2 beautiful homes. Beautiful children. BMW sitting outside. The Hummer's on the way. Yes, driving Hummers. Yes. Gas ain't no thing. We don't care about gas around here. We don't do that shit. Hear me out. I told y'all when I left New York City, my wife said, I refuse. This is what you call a fucking woman, y'all. She said, I was in New York City working 2 full-time jobs, which is illegal. 2 full-time 8-hour jobs. Day in and day out, 5 days a week. That's illegal, y'all. Hear me. She said, when you come here, you can't do that. You're going to get 1 gig. You're going to work it. You're going to make it work. The bread she makes is fucking ridiculous. The bread I make is ridiculous. But nonetheless, I want you to understand. She said, I refuse for you to work the way you worked over there in New York City, killing yourself. She goes, now, because now I need you to be, I'm here for you. I need to be available for you. And I need you to be available for me. We're going to come home. We could watch a movie. We can do the shit that we always wanted to do. See what I'm saying? This chick is never going to get that. This chick is dead in the water. And what's sad is this, y'all. These chicks be blogging this shit. You think men are not watching this? The day they run into this woman is dead in the water. But that's what I don't understand. Why would she come out and publicly say this, thinking that she's supposed to get some kind of praise? Everybody got to work and everybody's tired. But because hurt my emotions and it was affecting my mood, man, get the fuck out of here, man.
This is kind of entitlement, female entitlement.
Right.
This reeks of female entitlement.
Right.
If you disagree with me, let me know. But this is only women can do shit like this. But continuing.
Looking back on those months from like January to July, like It's so obvious now that like my body and like my heart and my spirit were like really trying to tell me that I just needed to let the job go. Like I was irritable all the time. I had a short fuse with everybody over everything.
That's adult life.
Doesn't matter how simple or easy something was. Like
that's life. That's life. Like
the smallest thing could go wrong and I would explode like that. And it was just...
So you have a bad temper, or I've been also saying women can't handle stress. Okay, let me just say this. Women can't handle stress.
Pressure is made for shoulders and not for hips.
Not built for this. So this is another example of where women, you want me to sympathize or empathize that you're depressed and stressed and have anxiety, but then I ask you why, you can't define it. Or you might say, well, my job was making me... Well, bitch, you ain't built for this. Go find a man and live up under him and submit to him. You're saying you can't cope with the basic adult responsibilities of taking your ass to work and then producing. That's what you're supposed to do. You signed up for this. Now you can't handle it. Come on, man. Somebody says HR nightmares. For real. These are nightmares in HR because eventually she's going to sue the company or complain or use up all the insurance on resources.
It's really weird because that's not who I was as a person. And I never once thought that a job could affect me that way, but it did. Recently, I was like hanging out with a friend of mine who's on her own like quitting corporate America journey, which is super exciting too. And I'll actually link her TikTok in case you guys feel like taking a peek and looking at.
Fellas, I've been saying this for definitely over 2 years. Women are leaving corporate America by the millions and the millions. They're done. Now they want to stay home. Remember a few years back, I ain't making him no sandwich. You cook for your damn, so I ain't making you shit. Now it's like, let me cater to you. Oh, baby, this. Isn't it funny that they try to ban that song? Do y'all remember that? When they try to ban Cater to You. Oh, this song is offensive to women. I run your bath water and like sing you a song. Like, ew, what? Play on your shoestrings, take out your cufflinks. I ain't doing it. That's offensive to women. Now women want to revert back. Interesting.
Her content and her platforms. But anyway, when we were talking about this whole situation that we're both in right now, right? And she said that our bodies try very hard to communicate to us when something isn't a good fit or isn't working anymore, but we just don't do a good job of listening. And when I tell you that shit hit me so hard, because at that moment, this was in like June, July or something, so I was already like in the deep end.
Hold up, I didn't hear it this far. Hold on, wait the fuck up.
But anyway, when we were talking about this whole situation that we're both in right now, right? And she said that our bodies try very hard to communicate to us when something isn't a good fit or isn't working anymore, but we just don't do a good job of listening. And when I tell you that shit hit me so hard, because at that moment, this was in like June, July or something, so I was already like in the deep end of feeling how I was feeling in terms of like my job and being unhappy. So when she said it, I was just like, damn, like Riley, you knew in January you wanted to quit this job, but you decided to stay so you can make more money and pay off your debt, blah, 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 blah. And what happened as a result of that? Like, you were mad anxious anytime you were on the clock. You got mean towards people in your life who, like, you love and weren't deserving of it. And you, like, lost your passion. Like, you weren't doing anything for yourself.
It's called life. Who birthed this woman, right? Fellas, this is what we be talking about. Like, my feelings and like, oh my god, like I was always like tired and like irritable and like I was like so stressed. Who the fuck cares? This is why We tell you, those corporate bitches, don't fuck with them. Cause when they burnt out, so all this education she went and got, now she wanna revert back. Now she wanna go backwards. Now she's over here like, what we gonna do right here is go back. Way back into time. The fuck out of here.
Anymore, you weren't doing YouTube, you were mad unhealthy, like you were depressed, like
Coach is fucking funny.
Oh, the humanity.
Are you listening to this? I know I'm a mean guy. I'm a mean guy. I'm a mean guy. I don't deal with this feeling stuff.
I gotta stop in a minute.
Bruh.
This is crazy.
Do you hear this? She said, my body. First, she says, my body told me that we need to listen to our body when it tells us to whatever she says. Now, I gotta ask y'all something. In this situation, what do these ninjas' bodies tell them to do?
Right.
I'm just for a second here. Let me just ask y'all for a second.
Right.
What does these ninjas?
Right. Construction workers.
Anybody know what these guys' body go through?
Nah, their body's telling them, tough it up. You a man, you gotta handle. This is why I tell you guys, whenever you talk to a woman and you see she's one of these modernized women, treat her modern. Oh, we're gonna go on a date, take care of the bill. No, we're going 50-50. No, 50-50. Me and you go 50-50. That's what we're gonna do. Oh no, you getting that bread, right? You a boss, babe. If who run the world? Girls, you not put that money up. 50-50. Let's go. We splitting this bill here, ma.
What is their body telling them? What is their mind telling them?
Right.
To quit? To give up? You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm depressed. I'm sure these ninjas is depressed. They don't want to go to work.
Look, you got one guy over here. Look. He damn near over here looking at his clock. He's like, I got like 15 minutes. I'm ready to get the hell up out of here.
Do something else. They'd rather sit in an air conditioning office. Like, this is a disgrace.
They rather be in air conditioning offices. They gotta be out there working in all kind of weathers.
You were sitting at home working. What are we doing? These ninjas, man, be working until they 55 and 60.
Yep.
Doing this. Like crazy. Breaking themselves. Breaking their body. Breaking their mind. And if they dare snap off on their spouse, they going to lose their family. They going to be on child support. They going to be labeled an abuser or a deadbeat. What? They can't quit their job. Honey, I quit. My body was telling me. My mind was telling me no. But my body. Like, this is crazy. This is only millennial, mostly women stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I don't understand. I listen, I get it, but I don't get it. Now, what are you going to do about this?
high key. And it's just like so obvious, right? Like looking back on it, like those were all things that weren't part of who I am. And so that was my body communicating to me, like there is a source of unhappiness in your life and you're keeping it there. So here's all this negative stuff that's happening as a result. And when I tell y'all that like I knew in 2022 that I wasn't gonna be doing this job in the fall of 2023. Like I already knew that, like I manifested that, which is like a whole nother conversation because it's actually insane. But like I already knew. And so I knew what was in store for me. I knew what I had planned for myself, but I was fighting against it for some reason. And I say all this to say that like God's plan is truly big.
Why they always putting God in it? Why they always gotta put God in it? Oh, this is the reason why, because God's plan. No. You wasted your best years of your entire life for a company. Now you're 30. You already know you already wasted the best years. Now you're trying to backpedal. You wasn't happy. That's what corporate America does. Yeah. Like you seen them construction workers breaking their backs out there. What do you think? Like Coach Greg said, yeah, they in their job. My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah. Bro, this is a woman thing, y'all. Fellas, stop. Every time something goes wrong in a woman's life, God is working with me. He's doing something. He's showing me something. Let me tell you something, yo. I get visions. I honestly, this is why sometimes y'all guys be like, fam, how do you keep getting blessed? Big shout out to Pastor Juan. I was shown how to tap into the power of God. How to pray. How to ask him. How to speak to him. How to approach him like a father. And every time I pray, when I pray, hear me out. My wife will come in this room and tell you guys, whenever if I'm talking to somebody and I go, he already knows I'm calling his attention. She don't know God. I'm sorry. I know I can't say what she is, what it is, and what this woman is using God as an excuse, and she's pissing me off. She's actually really pissing me off because she's using God as a scapegoat. Because God don't make no mistakes. But you mean to tell me that? No, you were sold a fucking lie. Oh, be independent, go get the bag. But then you didn't know that getting the bag means you have to fucking work just as hard as a fucking man. You didn't. Oh, they didn't tell you that part in the brochure, right? When you got the job, you're making $100,000 a year. They didn't tell you that part. Oh yeah, you're probably gonna be miserable. Probably gonna work just as hard as everybody else. That's what corporate America does to you. Working for a big law firm, that's what it does to you. Sorry, boo-boo. Nobody feels bad for you. Nobody's gonna cry. No one's crying for you. Cry me a river, cry me, cry me. Fuck out of here. It's crazy. This shit is crazy.
Bigger than whatever you try to tell yourself or force yourself to do. Because I truly feel like God heard me in September of 2022.
Not God. Not God. Now Sky Daddy. Now Sky Daddy has entered the picture. When I hear Sky Daddy, I know you don't have a solution.
Right.
As soon as I hear that, Sky Daddy, I know you're in trouble now.
Fellas, y'all have to learn how to listen to women. Well, you know, I feel wrong. I feel that means that she's not giving it any thought. She's going based on how she feels at the moment. Fellas, we don't tolerate that. I knew God. So God is gonna make you waste your, hear me out. That's why it's called free will. Y'all can't blame it on God. That's why God goes, no, you made the choice to go waste your time. Because if it was really, hear me out. You want to know what God is? Yo, hear me out. Let me give you an example. I was telling my wife, right? I got this gig, pays. We're going to leave it at that. I wanted to leave. And I saw something. The other day I was being kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I was lazy with something. And I was like, I was on the verge right there, holding my phone in my hand, just ready to send the text to my lady like, this ain't it. But then I went and saw something. I went somewhere with my boss and I saw something. And I said, everything in my gut. Go home, go stream, go play 2K, go watch your game. You could be doing so many better things than that. But that wasn't the God. That was the devil trying to distract me. All I heard was all day I'm coming up with all kind of excuses and lies, things to say to myself. And I heard one voice. When I hit that car, boop, when I hit that button to turn on the ignition, he said, go. I got this energy out of nowhere. As tired as I was sleeping on little breaks we had, I was taking naps and things. I was exhausted. He said, go. Change my life. You know when it's God, and you know when it's you. This woman right here is playing with God, and I don't like that. See, because now what's going to happen is this. For the rest of her life is going to be, well, if God doesn't want me to have a good man, if God don't want me to have a man, if it's too late for me, then that's what God planned. That wasn't God's plan. See, I'm going to have to stop before I get a little more emotional about it. Women like her don't deserve good men. She deserves all the trashy men her way because she's ungrateful. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to say something, but thank you guys for tuning in. You already know I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here. Hear Me Out podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video, turn on notifications. You already know Coach Greg. Shout out to him. I love Coach. Till next time, y'all. We out.